Hello and welcome to this beginner guide for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. If you're a player who hasn't yet reached level 85, this is definitely the guide for you. But if you've only just recently reached level 85, these are still going to be some helpful tips in this list. It'll be 10 different tips that should improve your Galaxy of Heroes experience and help you reach the goals you're trying to get to. Starting off at number 10, fill your ally list with high GP players, GP standing for Galactic Power. As you can see on this new account, it is filled with relict characters all the way down the list. This is very helpful when trying to complete campaign, light and dark, cantina battles, mod battles, and even some challenges allow you to bring an ally. All of these things are made so much easier when you send in someone else's Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and they wipe everything out in 3 turns. It helps you get a chance to 3-star it with suboptimal characters, or it just lets you get through it so you can get to the hard mode nodes that much easier and that much quicker. Number 9 is build the Phoenix team with Captain Rex. This is probably the most important team in the entire early game. The Phoenix has great survivability, great versatility, and they're eligible for multiple different assault battles. The team I use and the team I would recommend for early game at the very least is Hera, Chopper, Captain Rex, Kanan Jarrus, and Garazeb Zeb Aurelios. These two here provide all the survivability you'll need. Captain Rex provides the damage, and Hera Syndulla provides the shared uniques with her leadership that really makes things go. Chopper or Ezra can be swapped out in the early game as they both fulfill pretty much the same need, but Chopper does help with survivability a little bit more with his unique healing and giving bonus protection. Number 8 is make sure you also have a dark side team. You can't do the dark side nodes if you don't have a dark side team. I'm personally going for a combination of First Order and Darth Vader at the moment, almost a Sith team, but I will be building up my Geonosians once I get a little bit further in. The reason I've chosen the Geonosians and First Order is because Kylo Ren Unmasked has a fantastic ship. Geonosian Soldier, Spy, and Sung Fac all have good, useful ships, as well as Darth Vader, who is a requirement for the Executor that I will be going for on this account. There are also Bounty Hunters, which are a fantastic team as well. Tip number 7. Get the Phoenix to 5 stars for the 5-dot mod challenges. The quicker you can do this, the better you'll be. You can get Hera and Zeb both in Galactic War shipments. You can get Kanan in the Squad Arena shipments. And you can get Chopper in cantinas. The thing that you'll need is Zeb. He increases the survivability so much because it's 5 tough rounds, one after the other, and you can't bring an ally in mod challenges. It's just a must. I used Chopper, Kanan, Zeb, Darth Vader, and Hera, and managed to do it 3 stars without much hassle. Before I got Zeb, I was lucky to 1-star it, if at all. So once you've got your 5-dot mods, get rid of every other mod. Hopefully you didn't have to invest much in them. It'll help you in Squad Arena, it'll help you in Fleet Arena, it'll help you in Galactic War, and any of the other PvE content that might come up. Tip number 6, clear Galactic War every day. I already pointed out both Zeb and Hera are in the Galactic War store. But on top of that, they've just recently added even more characters, another ship slot, and more ships into this. Ships are super important in the early stages of the game, well into the late stages of the game, and so the faster you can get these ships up, the faster you can get some of these pivotal characters up, the better off you'll be. You also get character shards, credits, sim tokens, crystals from completing the Galactic War, so it's very much worth your time to do it. It does take a while, but this is another reason why I suggest getting the Phoenix team up As soon as I unlocked Captain Rex, all I had to do was press the auto button at the start of every battle, and I got through it without any cares in the world. Just another reason why Phoenix is so essential in the early game. Tip number 5 is to make sure you have an eligible raid required character. What does this mean, you may ask? Well, the new raid at the moment is the Naboo raid. Battle for Naboo. Previously, the Speeder Bike raid. Before that, the Crate Dragon Hunt. Some of these raids have specific characters that can only be used in those raids. As you can see here, I can only use Mace Windu at 5 stars. 5 stars is the lowest requirement for a character, and it is imperative that you get at least one character that you can throw at the raid so that you can get those juicy raid rewards. Speaking of raid rewards, tip number 4, spend your raid tokens on credits, shipbuilding materials first. Prioritize credits and shipbuilding materials in the early game. I've also picked up some gear, but this shop can be super overwhelming for a new player. Right here, you want to get credits. Right here, you'll get shipbuilding materials. The shipbuilding materials don't show up every single time, but it pivots between credits, shipbuilding materials, training droids, and the ship training droids. I don't remember their name. After you've picked those up every shop refresh, head all the way down to the bottom and pick up the characters you want. Right now, I'm farming up Sun Fac and Kylo Ren for my dark side and my ships. Tip number 3 is refresh your campaign energy and claim free daily energy. Do that every day, do that every opportunity you can. I, in fact, can do that right now. You get 3 instances of normal energy, 1 instance of canteen, 1 instance of mod, and 1 instance of ship. That is 90, 100, 200, roughly 300 extra energy, which translates into 300 extra experience. Then you click on you click on purchase energy. Every time this says purchase 50, you purchase for 50. As soon as it goes up to 100, stop. You can do that 3 times every day, and that is an extra 360 experience. So you're missing out on roughly 600 experience by not claiming your energy and purchasing some energy. The amount of times I have been 100 to 600 experience away from another level and have had to just wait the next day to complete some quests to get my extra energy back, it's been too many. I have missed so many bonus energy gifts. I haven't logged on frequently to spend the energy you just get naturally throughout the day. It is going to speed up the process so fast, on top of all the new quests that have been added recently that give you just so much extra experience. Tip number 2, don't spend unnecessarily. What I mean by that is don't level up characters you're not planning on using immediately. I am not using old Ben Kenobi, so I haven't put gear on him. I'm not using Moff Gideon, so I haven't starred him up another star level. I'm not using Dark Trooper, so he's sitting at level 40. Some of these characters have levels, some of these characters have gears. At the very start of the game, you're gonna need to put some level and gear onto these characters to either complete the campaign or to complete quests that you have. Definitely do that. Anything after that, leave it be. I just recently unlocked Kylo Ren, and now I want to level him up, and I just don't have enough training droids to do it. And I have only been leveling up the characters I'm using right now, right this instant. So these resources are slim. You really need to make sure you make the most of what you've got. And finally, tip number 1. Be intentional with your farms. What do I mean by that, you will ask? Only farm the characters and the nodes that you plan on actually using. Here on light side 8D, we have the Houndstooth. So I have done that. But I got no interest in Resistance Hero Finn. I got no interest in Snowtrooper. I'm not farming up this node. Even down here, I could farm Kylo Ren Unmasked down here, but I know that campaign energy is useful for lots of different things. So what I can do is go to Cantina battles and farm up Kylo Ren here. And look, the TIE Silencer is also on this node, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It's super important that you only farm the stuff you want and use the rest on gear in the early game. Gear is tough to come by and it's pretty important. There are lots of free ways to get shards. CG gives out shards every day for this and that. You get bonus shards for completing the Galactic War. You've got shards in all sorts of shipments. They're everywhere. You've got shards on the daily calendar. So that's not a problem. On my main account, there are some characters I have at 7 stars that I've just gotten completely free from login rewards and things like that. And I still don't plan on gearing them up or leveling them up for a very long time because there's just no need to at my point in the game. There are over 200 characters in this game. Lots of them are useful. Lots of them aren't so useful. So pick and choose, be fussy, and be intentional with your farms. Hopefully, those 10 tips have helped you out or maybe given you a direction as to where to go the start of your Galaxy of Heroes playthrough. And I'll see you next time for more great content. See ya. And scene, alright, the YouTube video's over, gang. The YouTube video's over.